Yo, what is up, everybody? So, the unfortunate had happened on me on range day. And basically, the unfortunate part is now my little Redfield ACE 800 lumens flashlight, it is going to the thumb actuator. So, essentially, what had happened was actually two things actually happened. So, I'll just cut to it like quick and dirty. I had my AR in the car. That way I can just kind of roll down and then just go and hit the range, right? And down here in Texas, well, it is a little, it's kind of known for just being very, very hot. And small batteries, especially as like the 2025s and the CR123s, they get drained in the cold. Yeah, I didn't know either. So in turn, it kind of, for a second I thought, okay, cool, because this particular Christmas Trace didn't want to actuate, didn't want to do anything. I turned it on. I didn't have any spare batteries with me. I mainly just have tools, and so when this one didn't want to run the way it's running now, and like we're good. You know what I mean? We're fairly solid back on, but unfortunately, I do have to report to you guys that the actual the actual press to actually for like little pushy buttons. Yeah, because I unfortunately like they were good. It's just they're like I wouldn't say too good, but I had to take it off every time. Every time I was gonna go to the range day or what have you, sitting by itself, it was fine. I mean, I had a little short put up the other day about drilling, and it worked just fine. But I'm guessing too much friction, too much of taking on and off because I've been hitting the range all the time. I don't really film too much at the range because you don't have the right amount of space, and I'm actually trying to focus and do some actual practice. You know what I mean? So I don't really like film myself too much. But luckily for me, I did 3 guns before I started to go with the AR, and it I was there for about an hour and some change or so, and then that's when it kind of turned sour on me. I was trying my best, luckily for me, the way it's sit, like it just kind of caught witnesses through here, so I have the A2 sight, and it was a challenge. Don't get me wrong, I still learned a few things, and I also learned that yeah, cold rifles are cold rifles. I had to do a fair amount of weapons manipulation to get the son of a bitch up and running. I mean, I'm not too frustrated, but it's one of those things I just didn't want to report to you guys about the whole idea. Like now, I'm gonna be sticking with the actual thumb press, and it's a little chunky, little too chunky for my liking, honestly. Me and my friend that were there, we played with it, we adjusted. I'll probably leave the pick row on for some reason, unbeknownst to me. I'll figure something out, or I'll just take it off. It's not that big of a deal because me personally, just a decent red dot and a decent flashlight for your your primary rock and roll gun. That's kind of how I feel, but unfortunately, the just too much of the taking off. And the reason why I take it off too much is because the thumb press was, I wouldn't say sensitive, but it was good. So I'll tuck it away, and then any little amount of pressure would just turn the light on. Like I'll put the flap over on my Redfield carry case, and then boom, the light will stay on. And even the 30 minutes it takes for me to get there to the range, yeah, we're gonna drain this battery, and it isn't rechargeable. So we got that going for it. So that's basically like what I'm reporting to you guys. And I had this thing for about 3 months now. I checked my videos. I've had it for about 3 months. I drilled with it. I practiced with it. I went to the range with it. I've drilled with it there, and I practiced. I'm talking about like up drills. I'm not talking about like high speed, low drag stuff. Just regular drills. Fairly simple. Up, high ready, low ready, mag change. Slide lock reload, all that good stuff. Like something to just really practice and just drill it in. And I'm glad I did because there was quite a few malfunctions. Nothing to cover too much. But I was surprised that like the batteries were fine. Because buying CR123s can kind of get very a little expensive, and I bought some from Surefire that were on clearance, and I bought them up like crazy. But in my previous weapon light, I think that was an iProtec 300, 3000. I don't know. It was years ago. That thing drained batteries. Like something in the mechanism is gone, and I'm not even messing with it anymore. And it's in my bin down there. Same thing with my my little pressure switch that was here. It's definitely going to be a learning curve all over again, because it does sit kind of high for my liking. This is not where I want to be. It's a little smooth. It's a little rugged. They do come with these little I guess protection pads. I really wouldn't call it that, but it doesn't really add much of anything. I just because I don't do this. I kind of just use this as a stop more than anything for my fingers, and then it's a little uncomfortable right here on my thumb, and then I have to kind of like bring out the thumb just a tad bit, and then just to actuate it. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just definitely gonna take some practice for sure. But I just felt the need to let you guys know, especially for the people out there, because I mean I did pick this up at an academy. Redfield is not exactly well known in some areas. And the ones that are out there, they're just AI verified purchases, no reviews, no nothing. So here's my contribution. I'm guessing you can kind of hear it in my voice a little bit that I'm a little frustrated, but it's one of those things. It's definitely going to be a learning curve, because this is the one thing that, like, you want it to be a one and done, but sometimes that's just not how it works. And it's at the time it was on a hot deal. It's an $80 light, and plus with the discount, maybe about like $78. So it's something worth it really for me. You know what I mean? I try to keep it as cheap as possible, but at least try to run some decency in it. But that's kind of what I got for you guys. Just a quick update, quick, simple, to the point. So yeah, so here we are, and it's definitely gonna be a journey. I'm not totally on board with the way it sits, but I will adjust. I will see what I can do, and I'm gonna drill with it on dry fire, and I'm definitely gonna take it to the range a handful of times just to see how I like it, because you can drill all you want, but until you get on some live fire. And I had the tools with me, but I just didn't have the cap with me to really try it, because when we were messing with it up to here, you got about a inch and a quarter of a missing cap, opposed to the other one that sat flush. So that kind of added a little bit more. And I didn't want to go too far where the gas was, because like I just didn't want to. So it's definitely going to be a learning curve. So that's my little update to you guys. I felt like I touched on everything I needed to say. And y'all stay free and y'all stay safe, all right? Catch you on the next one.